Hi, good morning, friends. This is Carrie from KDS Insurance Services down near the Houston area. Wanted to come in today and talk to you on this St. Patrick's Day. First of all, happy St. Patty's Day. Wish you the luck of the Irish all day and all week and all year and always. But I wanted to talk to you about a subject that is happening right now. We are seeing it. We are about to spring into spring, right? We know it's around the corner. We're in the middle of the March month, and as we've seen in the last 24 hours, spring storms are incredibly dangerous. And as homeowners, and really everyone, needs to be diligent about their property and making sure their property is ready for this onslaught of spring storms. It is actually the most dangerous time of the year outside the hurricane season that we see in the next 2 months. We have more insurance claims in this period of time between now and the time of Memorial Day than we see any other time of the year, and it is because of the spring storms. Depending on where you live, they can be deadly. They can be very dangerous, very destructive. And so here's a few things today that I want to point out to you as tips to make your property ready, you too, and your property ready for the onslaught of these spring storms that we're about to witness, and we've already witnessed in the last 24 hours. You know, spring storms bring May flowers and bring us a good summer, so we're not in drought. But this is a very deadly time of year, and it happens every year. So, as a homeowner or even as a renter, it's really important to make sure you are checking the surroundings of your property. You want to make sure there's not a lot of debris that could be picked up in a storm, thrown at you, thrown into your home, thrown into your cars. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it or get it behind a structure so it's going to remain safe. Get it tied down. Tie it down if you have to, because the one thing that happens in these violent storms is things are picked up and they are used as projectiles into a person or a building or a car or anywhere really. And it's vitally important that you check your surroundings and make sure that there's nothing there that could be picked up and used as a projectile. You also want to just do a quick survey of your property with the trees and how close they are located to your home or your apartment. If you live in an apartment building and you feel like the trees are too close to where you are located, it's well within your rights to get on the phone, speak to the landlord, and say, I am concerned that this tree is too close to my apartment and I would like for you to come out and trim it before we have a major storm. Same thing on your home. If you have trees that are too close to your home, now is the time to take the steps to get them trimmed back so they don't break off and fall through your roof or break off and land on your car. All those things are really important. It is also very important to make sure you know where your car is. Check the surrounding. Is it under things that could fall on it? Is it under a big tree limb where it can fall on it? If those are the cases, then you want to try to make sure if you have a garage that you get your vehicle in that garage during these spring storms. Now, I know that's really hard because most of us use our garages for more than just storage of our vehicles. But in the springtime particularly, we get a lot of high winds, we get a lot of hail, we get tornadoes, and it's just very, very important to have a place where you can take your car and store it so it's safe. If you got a carport, get it under the carport, and make sure nothing's around it that can be picked up and slammed down on it. That's very, very, very important. If you have other buildings in your yard that, like a shed or a pool house or a she shed or a he shed or anything in the back. Same goes for those buildings too. Make sure that they are make sure that they don't have any debris around them, that the debris is completely moved away, so those can also avoid the same kind of damage that you would see on your household. And right now is a really good time to do a roof inspection. Ask a roofer to come out and inspect your roof before the storms happen, because then you will have a baseline. And this is an insurance agent who has seen a lot of denied home roof claims. And here is a tip. Take the time to call a roofer. They will come out and do it for free and do a roof inspection. Find out the condition of your roof now, so you know if you have damages, that the damages are actually done from these spring storms, because this will prevent your carrier from saying to you, one, it's pre-existing condition, or two, it's wear and tear. Those are the two big things that cause roof claims to be denied. If you have coverings on things like pools, for example, make sure those are tied down really well. Make sure the ladders that are in your pools, if they're above ground, are tied down really well. You don't want anything to be used as a projectile. If you have patios, it's important to move your furniture in a storm, not all the time, but in a storm, as close to the building as you can, because then they are going to be protected better than if you have them way out to the edge of your patio. Take down any hanging plants during a storm, because those can be used and thrown into your windows. Get everything as close to the house as possible, and that will give it some additional protection. If you have yard art, okay, like a windmill, there's a lot of windmills here in Texas. Make sure those windmills are secured with stakes down into the ground, so that windmill can also not be picked up and used as a projectile. And just use some common sense. If you feel that you have got a situation that could potentially cause a problem, deal with it now. Deal with it before the onslaught of these big storms come in, because it is a 6-week to 7-week period of time where we have these really big spring storms, and they are deadly, as we have seen yesterday. Also, please always check your weather reports, especially in the springtime. Do not get in a vehicle if you see that there is a approaching storm. The last thing you want to do is get caught in your vehicle in the middle of a tornado, have to abandon your vehicle and get in a ditch and hope that nothing happens to you. So always check your weather reports before you do any traveling, even if it's just 30 minutes away from your home. And always make sure you are traveling with some means of communication, a cell phone, and make sure you always have water with you. That's very important. Because if you were caught in a situation where you got stuck somewhere, you gotta have water. Water is crucial. You can go without eating, but you cannot go without water. And I'm here to help. I've been in this business 43 years. I've seen it all. So if I can answer any questions for you, please send me a message and I'm happy to respond to you. Get with your insurance agent, know what your deductibles are, know what your coverages are, ask any questions that you might have about your home insurance before the storms come back again. This is so, so important. And make sure you have a copy of your policy at all times, even if it's an electronic copy that you can put on your cell phone and you can look at in the event that there's an emergency. You have that information at your fingertips, because it may not just be you that's stuck in this storm. It could be your agent too, could be their office, and so you may not be able to reach them. In the event of an emergency, always call your insurance company. Always call them. By all means, if you want to call your agent first, yes, but always, because you may not get them, always call your insurance company because they are there to help you understand an emergency situation, especially with your auto or your home or your boat or really anything that you have insured. And be safe, be aware, watch the weather, watch the news, and never, never, never take anything for granted, and don't take risk. Taking risk is generally when problems start. So be realistic, be informed, and make smart decisions so you can remain safe, so your property can remain safe. And stay at home. It's the best place. Remember, if you are in a tornado, you always want to go to the innermost place in your home, under your staircase, in a bathroom that has no windows, a place where there's no windows, a bathroom with no windows, under your staircase with no windows, a laundry room with no windows. Do not, in a hurricane, stay out and in your home. Go to the place that you know has the most support, because that is the safest place for you in your home. If there's a tornado coming, get out of your car. Find a place and get out of your car. You can always replace your car, but you are irreplaceable. So remember that. This is Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. We are in spring. It's a beautiful time of year. It's a new beginning, but it is also a very dangerous time of year for spring storms. So be prepared, everybody. God bless, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Take care.